I started teaching Okinawan karate in 1971. I've been teaching steadily for 46 years. Less than 25% of professional martial arts sensei are full-time teachers. Tonight, 3 students are coming to the studio to train.
Shifu?
Yes. How was traffic? Everyone will first warm up, cast off their concerns with the outside world, and slip into the world of Karate Do.
Let's switch to the other side. Okay,
You did judo before I even got involved in karate.
I did judo from 65 until about 67.
Bend down to the center. The majority of martial art practitioners are everyday people from all walks of life, all ages. They come into the arts for many reasons. Most importantly, to gain a feeling of safety and security. Overall training time has been diminishing in Western cultures. The new desire to possess badass martial skills without training hard simply isn't going to happen. Tonight they're continuing a practice on a 5-move joint locking drill. This standing grappling sequence is designed to build more hands-on sensitivity. Many masters have remarked that the essence of martial greatness comes from the constant repetition of technique and careful attention to detail. I will have this group rehearse the first move of this sequence quite a few times. Repetition here is the key to power. Okay, my right arm, any way you would control it, I'm going to be in trouble. So instead, I'll block both, and then I'll just bring this hand over to the side here. So this way I can get control of the elbow. We want to roll the elbow out and upwards. There's always something new that can be learned, something small that was missed, a subtlety to be revealed and honed. When karate first entered Western culture, it was generally misperceived as a purely ballistic art. There are actually a great deal of standing locks inherent in traditional kata. It's absolutely critical to have a variety of training partners. Each new partner will bring to light small details and challenges that might be missed otherwise. Tough guy push. In your face push. That's it. Yeah, just block, come under, draw. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the tricep, we're going to bring the tricep in toward us. Turn the palm down. Okay. Throw a punch up to the head, block, come under, pull towards you. Theory must always be supported by hands-on training. Who doesn't make mistakes from time to time? We're not perfect. It's always best to iron out our mistakes in class than on the mean streets. So you're going to come under. Pull the tricep, so now his elbow's compromised, and pass it over. Take this hand right here. You want to grab up on the 2 knuckles up here. So you got one hand over. Remember, we started off like this last week, and we rolled this one in and this one back. Under, roll it towards you, fold it down. That's good. These men are engaging in a technical kumite, an exchange meant to uplift everyone's skills. When learning any new technique, it's always best to work with your partner. Then later, as your skills become more competent, to begin working against your partner. Can we do 1 round of takedowns with each of you? So I'm going to get in there and do the takedown.
Just go all the way to the floor?
Yeah, just slowly. So there's really no pain on his part, even up to here. Now what I'm going to do is stay there. I'm going to bring my hands to the catch position. And when I go to the catch position, he's going to go right down. Slowly. And now to the catch. Yep. Going down soft. So just and grab your partner's right wrist. And then you're going to face the same direction as your partner. Bring your
What you
hand
can't see
underneath.
here is that I'm folding his right palm down toward his
That
wrist,
grabs right.
which creates a lot of pressure, subsequently a lot of
accompany it,
pain,
Dave.
which gives me the controlling edge.
You grab.
And we're just going to pull his arm out, roll his palm up, and we're going to go into an arm bar. I'm here. I'm going to pull his arm out. Notice how I'm just going to roll right around, which is similar to a move we did earlier. So we had this one up here. Excuse me, we have this one right here where the hand is straight. Just make your arm straight. And we roll the outside arm to bring the forearm in. And here, we're going to roll the inside arm to control the elbow. Okay. That's right. And stay in that groove. Close that gap up between their body and your body. Joe, stay there. Put your left foot forward in front of his foot. Good. So you're right in that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. He's not bending his arm. Once you get him there, don't let him bend his arm. Yeah, just get it right up on his elbow. Now stay there. That's good. Let me go in there. Let me go in. Just he stays, you move, I'll take over. Okay, so you are up on the top. Here's his tricep muscle from here to here. And what we want to do is we want to go right above the elbow. There's a little groove right here where the tendon is attached to the tricep.
This way he can use his back.
So if I go like this, I think you're going to have I'm going to have a very hard time. I'm just going to go right in here. And now he's having some trouble getting up there. Actually, if I go like this. Now, it's important when this hand comes into position, we're going to roll it like this, right into that groove. We're going to roll our bone of our forearm right into that groove. Would you try that again, where you're up on high on the tricep? He's going to straighten up, and I'm just going to go with him on the straighten up over to the side. Arm bar, he straightens, grab wrist. Nothing happens here. I have him, but he doesn't feel anything until I go like this. And then he goes down. We're not going to bring each other down. We'll just set it up. He straightens up, over and under. Okay.
Sorry. Let's go.
And that's what I want to do.
There's like a split second here when there's nothing going on.
That's correct.
So he doesn't feel any pain or
That's
anything.
correct.
And that's where he's thinking, that's my
You're
mistake.
getting out. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so now let's go and do the whole sequence. So right there, two. Can you go back and do number one again?
Okay, so again,
So it's just this hand. Just put that hand right in there. Okay. So he straightens up and you bring both arms. There you go. And then you roll. You don't have to grab. That's the tricky part right here. So you're like this, and you just fold your elbow in and use your elbow to push him over. Let me go in there for a second. Yeah, let me go in there for a second. So let's just put your arm out like this, all right? So I'm like this. Roll. Let me do it again. Now what makes his hand turned up is this hand retracting back towards me. It's like a little child's game. When I get in here, just rolls. It's a weird feeling, it just rolls right up.
Child's game just hurts a lot more.
all right, so
both hands out.
so from here,
Right. That's it. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, any one of those could be close to a final locks, but we're playing a game where, let me do it with Brian. I'm going to have Brian be the one doing it to me. So I'm going to go to push Brian, and I'm going to just talk about what's happening here. He clearly has made me go down. If he cannot get any further lock, most likely I'm either going to go for his leg. He has to know that I'm going to do that, so he's going to swing around and push me down even further, so I'm brought down to the ground. Or I'm going to try to come up. When I come up, he goes for the next move. He has me here if he does it correctly, but for some reason he fumbles. He can't hold me in this position. I think I want my hand around to the front. He knows I'm going to do that, so he's ready for the wrist lock. Maybe he's not fast enough to get the wrist lock. I break out. He goes to the arm bar. I don't want him putting me in the arm bar. He takes me down to the figure 4. So if you're the person having the lock placed on you, try to follow the path that is least resistant for you to get out of. Most of the time, it'll either take you back to the previous move or the move that's about to come up. Okay, so let's try it again. Number 3 is walking around to the front. 4 is the arm bar. And then he tries to straighten up and you go with him. A lot of times you just go with him. Yeah, that's good. I'm like super loose. I'll do it to Brian, and he goes to do the move to me, and suddenly I'm back around doing something to him. So yeah, the nuances are ironed out with each body. So we're going to do Sanchin Kata. We'll go one round, you go through it at your own pace.
Sanchin Kata is one of the most misunderstood forms in Western martial culture, in my opinion. We practice a Ju, or a soft school version. Most Westerners are familiar only with the Go, or hard school variant. The focus is very different. Sanchin is a key cultivating form. This is a complex subject that needs to be more fully fleshed out in the martial community. To the skeptics who don't believe in ki, I can only invite you to my dojo, because seeing the results doesn't cut it compared to actually feeling them.
I do think speed is significant. Too fast, no good. Too slow, no good. But if you're getting used to moving your energy faster, a little bit faster is okay.
I must say I felt a lot more in sync with the energy than I have in the past. But I still get confused. Sometimes there's so much to think about that it's very easy to get confused.
I think that's why the first stage is just memorize, start to weave in, lowering, rising, breathing in, breathing out, hands moving. I notice something you're doing is too much forward movement this way. It's okay in the opening move to sink and rise, but less so to pick up like this. I'm exaggerating a little bit on you, but can you just go this way?
I don't know how much nuance you want to get in front of the camera.
Yeah, we're going to get nuance in front of the camera. That's fine.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I spent a good year of the acupuncture pathways and whether I'm concentrating on my front or my back. But to Joe's point, it's too much detail for my mind to imagine that energy going through those pathways. So now I just concentrate on either my back or the front. Okay. Whether I'm drawing.
That's good. That's good because you are moving the energy that way. So let's take a look at Brian. We're going to do a strength test on Brian. I want you to do it the way you were just doing. I want you to bend forward a little bit and then come up, and then I'll try to press the arms in. So we're just going to look at the strength here. Okay, now let's just dip like this so the back stays straight. Yeah, it's much harder to move your arms inward, so you picked up the proper amount of strength. So you're going to cut it off like this, and then you're going to allow it to flow again. So we want to just keep it flowing the whole time without bending forward.
At all. How about the other ones? Like,
Yes, that's right, you'd go back. But why don't we all do this?
You would go back.
Why don't you bend forward like he did, like you're bending down to pick something up and then come up, and let me test the strength of your wrists or your forearms. Okay, that's good. Okay, so you can't stop the press, so let's do it again, and this time you're just going to pick up like this.
I think you could be like yin with your back still straight.
Yeah, see, you gain more strength. Do you want to try the same thing? So you're going to bend forward, back.
You want me to bend forward?
Yeah.
this time?
Yeah, we're going to try one bent and one not bent. So we're exaggerating a little bit just to see what happens here with the arms. See the strain to try to hold the arms. Then don't bend this time. Still breathe, do everything you normally do. Now I can't push them in quite the same way. Every little ounce of strength we get because the posture is correct. Now some of you have to play on the height, the width, it's got to be at the proper distance. You'll feel it in the shoulders too. You'll have a sense that you're not that strong when you're doing it. Let's take the first move. So the first move is gathering. Literally like picking up something, you cross your arms, your right arm crosses in front. Seal, and then lift it. So what I'm going to have you do, Joe, is I'm going to try, I think, see you guys much stronger now.
It's like a V.
You can probably pull your elbows in. Let me get you maybe like this. Try it again.
Chest out.
Chest is out.
There you go.
Much better. Do your move. Put your chest out, but imagine your chest is in. Chest will be out, and then when it's out there, just imagine it's the opposite direction.
No.
See, this is the difference between the form schools and the no form schools. The form schools say if you get the form correct, the energy will flow properly. The no form schools say no, what's important is where the energy is. So you have the perfect structure, no strength. That's telling us something about your ability to move energy to either fill the structure or make the structure work.
And intent.
And intent. So you're intending the energy to be
Well, that's why they call it mind-body.
mind, body.
Weak, you're weak.
Yeah. So you see with the kids class, it's so frustrating to me because I can see, they're kids, so I get it. They just can't stay focused. They figure, oh, I got it. Now I can talk to the person next to me or think about something different.
The other part I'm struggling with a little bit is when you do your yang move here.
Yeah.
Now I gotta reverse the energy back. So I'm trying to do it in a continuous flow as
So
opposed
don't-
to stop.
So don't
and then start.
think. So don't think that it's going out here.
Yeah, no. That's,
Just think that it's traveling. Actually, it's traveling this way. The energy's traveling down the inside and up the outside.
So even
Okay,
if you are striking somebody,
this
you would
way?
think that way as well.
So one of the reasons, what my theory, by the way, about the twist punch is that the energy goes in, and the twist, although the twist punching rationale is that that twist is causing more damage, it's that we're sealing from energy coming back through us. I want to put energy into you, I want to overload you with energy, but I don't want to take anything back from you. So that's one of the reasons I think the twist is in there.
And would you end with a 3/4 as opposed to?
In this practice, I would end with this move.
Now,
here.
I missed this from when Jay was saying the direction of the energy.
The direction of the energy is coming down the inside, and
down
here's
the inside
what's
and then
happening.
up over the top.
Watch. Here's what's going to happen. Let's hypothetically, let's say I'm in my stance, and I'm putting the punch out. The energy has built up the charge in the dantian. It's coming down the inside and back the outside of the arm.
So I'm trying to flow in my mind with the kata.
See, this is an energy cultivating exercise. Don't worry about actually striking somebody. What we want to do is get that flow in sync with the actual physical movement.
Right.
So you can go like this and go, oh, here comes my energy now. It's too late.
Yeah.
It's already over here.
You want it to be flowing as the arm is moving. That's what we're trying to sync up. Now, it's almost impossible to see that in the beginning because your mind is going, what? My arm is moving. What do you mean my energy is moving? Isn't my arm my energy? Yes, in a way, your arm is your energy, but there's something else. There's a charge flowing like a wave, and this is the conduit for that wave. So you want to time those two. Now, the reason why we move at the speed that we do is because energy, if I said hypothetically, you're looking at the microcosmic orbit, the microcosmic orbit is probably moving something like this speed. It's not moving like this. And so when we throw a punch out, that's about the speed the energy wants to follow the arm in. As you get good at it, you can start going faster and faster. But this is a therapeutic practice that we're doing.
So we haven't gotten into the muscles. So if I'm doing this, am I charging the deltoid? Or am I moving my mind and my energy out here?
You are moving your mind with the movement of your arm in your arm. So that by the time the arm is here, the energy is there also. You could, in a different context, move it past your fist. Or you could just keep it here and bring it back around again. That's what we're trying to do.
So I'm not doing anything really with muscles.
So the body's auric field extends about 1.5 feet away in a very healthy person. If you're tired, it can be compressed more. If you're sick, it can be compressed more. So when Jay's hand is like this, his energy is naturally out here. If I stand here and Jay is relaxing, I can draw energy from Jay, from his arm extending into me. Yeah, so if he tightens his arm, I won't get anything. Nothing will come off to me. He might get a little bit with me because, see, my field is about here on you. So there's an effect here, but as these muscles tighten, you're not receiving it or sending it. If you relax, you're sending it. As you go faster, if your energy is bottled up, you're not sending it to anybody. If it's not bottled up, then it's coming across. So if I was, if I'm testing your wrist, I've done this before, just one wrist. If I'm testing, let's say you have an open hand. Let's say I just want to test Jay's wrist strength, and I go like, and he's going to fight me. Come on, Jay, forget that arm, that's no good. We'll get a good arm. So you're going to fight me. Okay, that's good. Now, as I move towards Jay, remember I have a field, I have an electromagnetic field in front of me, or I have a vibratory field in front of me, and here I come, now I'm already interacting with Jay's field, our fields have crossed, where the fields are the strongest, but I'm relaxed, so watch what happens. Say that, Jay, keep your hand out. Look at Jay's strength as I relax and he relaxes. I can't get him at all. It's very difficult for me to get him. Why? Because my field, with him being relaxed, has just charged his field up. It's not repulsing him. Now I won't give him any field energy. In fact, I'll do the opposite. So he's going to hold his hand out. So here's my field normally. Now my field is back here. I'm controlling the field. And now I'm going to work the field against him. No problem. No problem. So there's something definitely going on between the bodies. It's not a psych thing. It's not just a mental psych thing.
So if
one thing, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say one thing I noticed between the two, though, was the first time you walked right up to him, and this time you walked up to him, you paused.
I did pause.
Would that have affected the transference of energy?
No, I could have paused. He still would have been strong.
Okay.
I did a couple of things there. All right, I'll walk up to him again. He's going to be strong this time. I already know it because I'm going to give him energy, and I can't move him.
Right.
And you won't notice anything different about me. I'm doing exactly the same technique.
Okay.
And now I can get him over.
All right.
So I was going to say, we were doing that that little arm bar thing
That's
before.
right. That's right.
So if you're right, how would be breathing in, and then this way.
You could do that. There's actually lots of methods. Yes, you could be.
So
You can draw it from the
from
entire arm.
Sanchin to apply
The basis of Aikido. is to move in sync with the opponent's energy field or intention. So as I intend, here comes this wave of energy. You can say, oh, I could use that wave of energy. You know, you could take it into yourself and you could guide me off to the side. I've lost energy now, especially if he takes it, I've lost it. So it's important how you enter a technique and how you direct the person's limb. Because we're not really blocking somebody. We're not clashing like two rams. You know, your energy against mine. Oh, well, that's what the heart style does. My energy banging into yours.
Well, let me ask you this, because I'm going to go back to a story you told me, and you were the two participants.
Yeah.
Where one day you were deciding to challenge Shifu about
Friendly
sparring,
challenge.
and you know, you got in there, and there was something about his position. You just.
Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, so years ago you came here, you were standing over there, and you're like, hey, come on, we move around a little bit?
No, that was your idea.
Oh, that's my idea? Okay, well anyway, so you got over there, and then I remember setting up, and then you go, oh, then forget it. That's what you said. You go, I know, I feel like I am completely open. But I think that was...
But do you think that was a sensation of energy? He just
I think it was his sense that I was pretty aware of what was going on, and I think you felt that. That was very distinct comment. I remember that time. I think you do feel people's energies, though, and you are already organizing without even knowing that you're organizing. For whatever reason, the idea of somebody being afraid of a dog, and the person is walking in the park, totally relaxed, all of a sudden a dog comes up, and they feel their energy recede. And a lot of dogs pick up on that receding of energy. That's how the dogs can tell if they're alpha dogs or not alpha dogs. And a dog will usually, not every dog, but a dog will attack if it sees you recede because it knows you're like pulling back.
Right.
Whereas some people, they just put it out there and then the dog's like back.
I'm going to try that on my son's dogs.
Yeah. Oh,
he's got that one that nips at me.
yeah, but then that can also be taken as a threat too, the two alphas. The alpha male man and the alpha male dog going at each other. No,
Yeah, I think it's what you said before, that the first step is developing the sensitivity so that you know that I can feel whether I'm going to be strong or weak before you even tell.
Sensation of strength. And the next time you do it, you'll go back to that. And each time you get tested and you're strong, it builds up confidence because it confirms what you're actually able to do. And confidence is about this fidelity, this knowledge that what you're doing is real. Because I think in the early stages, like say for Brian, I believe that you believe this material, but I think in the early stages it's important not to have a lot of ambiguous results where you can't tell if you're strong or you're weak. That's a little bit of the struggle in the beginning.
But I think by the actual testing, you know, you get validation, and then you know if you think you're strong and you know you go right in. Then you know it's your ego that told you that you were strong.
Right.
If you really have the strength there
it's
now.
Like these techniques. It's like somebody doing an arm bar theoretically. Oh, I've done the arm bar. Okay, Joe. So yeah, you go down the ground. Yeah, that's good. No, I have to actually try to put you down there, and at some point you have to actually try not to let me put you down there. Otherwise, you're not really learning the art properly.
Well, there's an art within the art. You need to have the technique, and you need to have the keys from Sanchin to apply.
Right. They weren't there for me for 25 years. And then they started to appear in pieces and fragments. And I'm like, gee, what is this? And then you guys all came along, all the black belts. Everybody's been tested for years. And go. Tonight, the class is exploring the lateral backfist, a technique that falls into the category of sport karate. Step all the way around to a fighting stance and swing out the right back fist. Any practice that helps to improve a student's body mechanics should be explored. Spin. Slip step. Step. Spin. Coup. In teaching, I find it most effective to direct the class from theory to practical application. This often consists of discussion, followed by solo repetition, followed by partner hands-on drills, and finally a freestyle exchange.
Got it wrong. Oh. Yes. Noses just suck, huh?
There's a time to be serious and a time to have fun. It's a long training road. We want to make the most of it.